something strange is happening in women's basketball. The biggest star in the sport, the player bringing record crowds, the name everyone knows, is slowly being erased from the conversation. No headlines, no graphics, no spotlight. And the more you look, the more intentional it feels, because this isn't about basketball anymore. It's about who gets chosen and who gets pushed aside. Tonight, we break down the exact moment it became clear Caitlin Clark was no longer part of the plan.
Sue Bird does not rock with you the way you think she does. Sue Bird absolutely plays Caitlin Clark again today. It is happening over and over and over, to the point she made this entire USA thing about Paige Beckers, talking about Paige Beckers is the leader of the young crew that includes Caitlin Clark.
Women's basketball is at a turning point. Attendance is rising. Viewership is exploding. New fans are flooding into the game, and at the center of that surge is one player, Caitlin Clark. Her games sell out. Her highlights dominate social media. Her presence changes the energy in every arena she steps into. But growth creates tension, because when one player becomes bigger than the system has to decide how to respond. Recently, Sue Bird, one of the most respected voices in the game, hosted a podcast discussing the future of Team USA, the next generation, the road to 2028, the stars who will carry the league forward. And from the very first frame, the narrative was already decided. Paige Beckers, her name headlines the episode. Her story leads the conversation. Her image dominates the visuals, and Caitlin Clark gone.
On her podcast today. Well, let's get to it. First of all, let's look right here. Let's start right here. Let's look at the title. Let's look at the title alone. Team USA 2028 forecast. Paige Beckers and the young stars on the rise. Oh, so this is the Paige Beckers show. Oh, so y'all, when we went over that article, when they were saying that y'all were trying to make this Paige's USA team, look at this here. Team USA forecast, Paige Beckers and the young stars on the rise.
It feels subtle. Maybe it's just branding. Maybe it's coincidence. But then the details start piling up. The podcast title frames the future around Paige Beckers. The graphic for young stars includes multiple names, but not Caitlin Clark. The discussion about leadership, potential, and growth circles repeatedly without ever landing on the league's biggest draw. That's not random, because media doesn't just report reality, it shapes it, and when someone is repeatedly left out, the message becomes clear, especially when you remember what happened just days earlier. That same podcast platform allowed guests to openly criticize Caitlin Clark's fan base, calling them toxic, negative, a problem. Yet those same fans are now being used as leverage in league negotiations. Their money matters, their attention matters, but the player who brought them, suddenly inconvenient.
So they're already making this about Paige Beckers. Now pay attention.
First camp for the Y&Ts. Yeah. Those young bucks, man, they're funny. They're funny. Day one, Paige called them, we're just
Hold on. Now we're going to get to what she said about Paige. She already talking about Paige. She ain't talking about nobody else. Look in the graphic of the young intern, the young players. Paige Beckers, Jackie Young, Angel Reed. Why ain't Caitlin Clark like this is what I'm talking about. You are going out of your way to keep Caitlin Clark out of everything now. You're going out of your way to keep her out of it. I see what's going on. You're trying to make this the Paige Beckers League, the Paige Beckers USA team, the Paige Beckers show. When the fact of the matter is we love Paige as a player. We enjoy her game. But you can't force her to be a big star that people clamor to see. She had a third lowest attendance for games in the league.
Here's where everything clicks. This isn't about talent. Paige Beckers is a phenomenal player. That's not the debate. The debate is control, because stars aren't created by committees. They're chosen by fans. You can promote someone endlessly, but if people don't show up, the truth shows itself. Attendance numbers don't lie. Viewership doesn't lie. Merch sales don't lie. Fans vote with their wallets, and right now, they're voting overwhelmingly for Caitlin Clark. trying to shift that spotlight artificially only creates resistance. It's like walking into a restaurant where almost every table is eating tacos and being told the cheeseburger is actually the best thing on the menu. You don't decide what's popular, the people do. And the more Caitlin Clark is pushed out of official narratives, the louder the disconnect becomes.
Leading up into a major competition, you get as many trainings in as you can based on players' availability and who you got, you roll with, you figure it out. Welcome to USA Basketball. We get like 5 minutes together before we hit the floor and compete for gold medals.
Yeah. I mean, good news is you have an embarrassment of riches. So
yes,
you have a really
beauty, it's the gift and the curse, right?
Yeah. You'll have to make decisions. I think it's good problems to have. So congratulations for your first.
Thanks.
Your movement.
The real turning point doesn't come from what's said, it comes from what isn't. As Sue Bird breaks down Team USA scrimmages, moments of competition, stories of intensity, one name keeps surfacing. Paige again and again. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is never mentioned. Not once. No acknowledgement, no reference, no recognition. That silence speaks louder than criticism ever could, because omission is strategy. It suggests that Team USA's future, at least behind closed doors, is already being mapped out. And Caitlin Clark isn't central to that map.
What do you mean? Because games got we score. They got a decent look. They didn't score. And then the OGs get the ball. Chelsea Gray, bop.
I did that.
Right to the middle, her little fade jumper over, I think it was over Sonia, who played good D. But you know what they say? Good offense always beats good defense, especially when it's Chelsea Gray. So the OGs broke the tie, took the tiebreaker.
Yeah, they're gonna.
But here's the part no podcast can control: the fans. You can guide narratives. You can design graphics. You can choose who gets airtime, but you cannot tell millions of people who they should care about. Caitlin Clark didn't become a phenomenon because the media crowned her. She became one because people showed up. And the more she's quietly removed from official conversations, the more obvious the tension becomes. This isn't just about one podcast episode. It's about the future direction of the sport and whether the league embraces what fans are choosing or keeps trying to tell them they're wrong, because eventually reality wins and everyone watching can feel it.
Acclimated to basketball.
Yeah, I thought she looked great, right? I mean, here's a player that didn't get to play this summer, all in, didn't get to play a lot of basketball really in the last year plus. So for this to be the first day back, she looked great. You know, the things that are going to be hard is always the conditioning part. It's really hard to get in basketball shape without playing basketball. So I'm sure that's going to, come as the camp comes. But she looks great regardless outside of that. And the other thing is like rhythm. Right? You got to find your rhythm. And, I'm sure everybody saw that one step back in transition she had. So the rhythm looks great. But more than anything, you want all these players to just be around each other, right? Off the court, on the court.